Let's build some YouTube ads campaigns to grow your channel and email list. Timestamps below, along with some other helpful links and resources, including a copy of our YouTube ads playbook. More on that in a moment. Now, if you already have your Google Ads account set up and you're ready to start creating your campaign, here's the timestamp where we jump into creating the campaign. Otherwise, go to ads.google.com, go ahead and click on Start Now or Sign Up Now. Use the Gmail address that you want to use for managing your channel and ads. You can always change this later. And then you'll be taken to a page that looks something like this. They're always testing, and you're going to want to switch to expert mode so that you can see a page that looks something like this. Now, for the rest of us, if you already have a Google Ads account, anywhere from inside your Google Ads account, go ahead and click on the blue plus button at the top, click on Create New Campaign, and we'll be in the exact same place. So hopefully, one way or another, you made it to this page, which means you're ready to start setting up your campaign to grow your channel and email list. So out of all of these options, we're going to choose without goals or guidance. And just as a general rule of thumb, when you have options like this, always go custom so you have 100% control over how Google is spending your money. Then we'll go ahead and of course select video campaigns. We'll leave it at custom, and then we'll go ahead and click on continue. Once we do, we'll be in the interface to actually create our campaign. So jumping over to our diagram here, at the very top, this is what we are about to do, choosing our location targeting and our budget, and of course where we want our ads to show up. Then we'll go through ad groups and the best type of targeting, and then of course the actual ads themselves, the videos you're going to be promoting. So jumping back into our interface here, I'm just gonna call this F89 demo, so I know to delete this later, but of course, name it something that makes sense to you. For your bid strategy, go ahead and leave it at cost per view. So we're going to pay pretty much every time someone clicks our thumbnail. We're going to be running in-feed ads. They're the exact same as discovery ads. They just changed the name. So if you're wondering what the heck is in-feed versus discovery, same thing. It's ads that are going to show up across YouTube. More on that in a moment. So we'll go ahead to budget and dates. Our campaign budget type will be daily. I recommend $2.50 to $5 a day to get started, since your cost per view is going to be anywhere from 3 cents to 10 cents, just depending upon your niche or industry and how targeted you want to be. $5 to $2.50 a day is a lot of views. Plenty, in fact, to actually start making some adjustments. Now, of course, I always record these videos quite in advance. So let's say we're going to start a couple weeks from now. And then for our end date, I'm going to set it 2 weeks from the start. And this way I know that I have the security that in case I forget to do something, like turn off this demo, Google won't keep spending my money. So Google won't keep spending your money as long as you put an end date. So just put an end date. You'll be happy that you did. Campaign total, it's a lot harder to scale campaigns when you do it that way, and then you have to go and create a new one or change your settings. So just use daily, set it for 2 weeks, you'll be good to go. Now for our networks, we're going to uncheck video partners. Now I have seen some tests where people say, oh, you know what, just uncheck search results. But for what we're going to do, we're going to leave search results and YouTube videos alone for now. Now for locations, even though you can get really detailed all the way down to the exact zip code, what we're going to do in here is go to enter another location, click on advanced search. Now I'm going to uncheck all of these because this is something that Google is pulling from another campaign. And then I'm just going to choose one country to target for an in-feed campaign that we're using to, of course, grow our channel or email list. So I'll click add locations in bulk. I'll drop in all of our 50 states here, click on search, and then click on target all. So for whatever country that you're targeting, you're going to want to target all of the states, provinces, territories, whatever they call it in that particular country. And so this is going to give you a lot of great information down the road, but you don't want to have more than one country in these campaigns because obviously each country is different and they're going to cost very differently too. So we'll go ahead and click on save here, and then we'll come down to languages. We'll leave that alone since people are going to be clicking on our ads. Hopefully they're only clicking on ads where they understand the language, right? That's where you can kind of get into trouble when you do all territories, because people will still click on it even if they don't speak the language. So we'll go ahead and go to inventory. We'll click on expanded. Here, we're just making sure that we have the greatest opportunity to be seen. and we're most likely going to pay less per view because the big brands are really scared of being next to a controversial video. So they will pay more for Google to go through and filter out more of the content that they show up next to. And of course, we don't care. We just want cheap views for people who are interested in our channel and our business. And then I'll go ahead and uncheck content not yet labeled. And this again just gives us an opportunity to show up where big brands are scared and don't want to pay, ultimately lowering our cost per click. Now, related videos, this is irrelevant for the type of campaign that we're setting up, so go ahead and leave that alone. Under additional settings, we do want to come into devices and specific targeting for devices, and I would just uncheck TV screens. Right now, this isn't a huge deal, but I just find that we get better engagement when someone's on a computer, mobile, or tablet versus a TV screen, and since every TV app is different, I just tend not to allow ads to run on any TV screens at all, even though for in-feeds, it's not really that big of a deal. Frequency capping, you may have seen this where some advertisers are really scared, like, what if people keep seeing my ad or keep seeing my video? Unless you're spending like $30 to $50 a day and your targeting is like this, it's not gonna matter. There's so many people who are going to see your ad. It's not a huge deal. Ad schedule, third-party measurement, go ahead and leave those alone for now. And then we'll go ahead and click on skip ad group creation. So we'll go ahead and skip, and I will click on create campaign here. And now our campaign is done. We'll click continue. So jumping back over to our diagram, we just completed that first tier. So we chose our locations, our languages, where our ads were going to show up. We set our daily budget, that is the maximum this campaign should spend per day. And now we're going to go to level 2 where we tell YouTube who we want our ads to show up to. So this is going to be our audience targeting. Jumping back into our interface, you can see we're under all campaigns, F89 demo, which is what this one is. And I'll go ahead and click the plus button. We're in ad groups and create our first ad group. So I'm going to leave the ad group blank because I recommend naming the ad group after whatever your targeting is. So you have a lot of options in here. You see we have people, we have content, you can have some demographics, you have all of these audience options. It is awesome. And please ignore most of it. There's only 2 places you should start to go for starting your testing. And so I'll go through the first one and then of course talk about the other one. But there are a lot of other targeting options out there. So link in the cards in the description to a much deeper dive YouTube ads guide that goes through all of them and some of the different use cases for them. But we're gonna 80-20 the process here. So inside of audience segments, when you're running ads to grow your email list or in-feed ads to grow your email list or grow your channel, don't click demographics, just leave it alone. It's gonna increase your cost too much. So what we'll go ahead and do here is we'll come down to audience segments and we're going to go to your custom audience segments here. You see I have a couple and we'll go ahead and click on custom audience segment. And I'll give our segment a name here. This will make sense in a moment. And so what this allows us to do is give Google a group of keywords and either A, which is what we're going to do first, people with any of these interests or purchase intentions, or B, people who have actually searched some of these terms. So what's awesome about this is you can find a group of keywords that your ideal viewer would be searching on YouTube or Google, and you can tell Google, hey, those people who are actively looking for this, show our ads to them. So let's say we're doing Facebook ads. You can probably guess because it said Facebook ads, right? So all you need to do is head over to YouTube, type in Facebook ads, and then this list of keywords right here is all we need to copy and paste over to the interface. Now, yes, there's lots of keyword research tools out there. There's lots of keyword research methods, but we are focused on people searching on YouTube. And so just choose a really broad keyword that would represent the type of content that you're promoting and the type of content that your ideal viewer would be interested in, right? And so you know who you're trying to target to grow your channel, right? So go ahead and take all these keywords. The only thing that I would recommend is take out the years, right? You can see some of these have years that aren't even this year anymore. So go ahead and take those out, and then you'll just have this list and you'll paste it over here. Now to save us some time, I have our YouTube ads playbook linked up in the description. It's a simple guide to help you with some of our recommended settings, and it has fill in the blank spaces like this to help you prepare for creating your campaigns. So this list that I'm copying is the exact same list here. I just of course, for time purposes, you didn't need to see me type it all out, right? So we'll go ahead and paste all those keywords here. And even though Google says you should have 20 to 50 keywords, you really don't need that many keywords, especially when you use this method. And so with that, we have our targeting. So we'll go and click on save, and it's going to tell me it already exists. So I will click cancel, you will click save, and then I'll have Facebook ads intentions. And so what we've done is we took all of these searches that YouTube is telling us this is what people are looking for when it comes to Facebook ads. And so we take all that together, and then we go over to Google Ads and say, hey, here's our list of keywords. Finally, give me these people. And so this is a great way to make sure that you are only targeting people who are actively looking for this content, right? Not someone who was interested in Facebook ads like 12 months ago, right? That's not really going to help. So this makes sure that we get people who are going to be actively engaged with our content and maybe hopefully join our email list. So one last note before we jump over to the next ad group is you need to make sure you only have one targeting option here. I get so many questions about this. Long story short, if you have more than one option here, you're not going to know which one's working because of the way Google Ads does its reporting right now. So hopefully that'll change, but that's been true for a couple years now. So we'll go ahead and scroll down here, leave everything else alone. And since we're doing in-feed ads in the United States, I'm going to start it at 10 cents. Really, you could start at 5, but I just know Facebook ads tends to be a little more expensive than some of the other keyword groupings out there. So we'll go ahead and click on skip ad creation for now, and we'll go ahead and click on save ad group. We do have to select whether we're going to use in-stream or in-feed. We will be using an in-feed ad. So we'll go ahead and save the format. I forgot that we need to give it a name. There we go, gave it a name. And now we can go ahead and click on save the ad group. So what we would do is we'll go through this exact same process, but with one little tweak. So timestamps below, if you want to skip around, we'll go and create ad group. I'll go a little faster this time. So this one is going to be terms. So I'll go ahead and do that. And I will come down to our audience segments. I'll click on browse, your custom combined. We'll click custom, we'll name it the same thing, and then we'll take the same set of keywords, and this time we're just going to select this one. So we'll have one where we're targeting people who are interest or purchase intentions, and another of people who have allegedly actively searched. And so with these two ad groups, we're going to easily be able to see which one of these options works best. And this is a lot of Google ads. It's just, I don't know the difference. Which one's going to work? I don't know. Let's throw some money at it and see which one works, right? And 10, 15, 20 bucks, we're going to know which version works. So you'd go ahead and click on save. Of course, I already have it, so I'll go ahead and click on terms here. Again, only one targeting option here. And then we'll come down to our bid, set it at 10 cents, skip the ad creation, skip, save ad group, in-feed ad, save format. And now we have our two ad groups. So going back to our diagram, we have our two ad groups. We're telling Google who we want to see our ads. And now it's time to actually create our ads. So jumping back into the interface here, I'll go ahead and select our first ad group, and it's going to take us to ads. And then we can click the blue plus button again and create our ad. Now for time purposes, I've gone ahead and saved the ad information that I'm going to use to our playbook here. And I just have to scroll down and get the in-feed ad information. So I'll go ahead and copy the URL. Now this is a Facebook example, but it's a YouTube ads, so I do know it's two different things. So then we need our headline, description, and description. So as I copy these over, the thing I would recommend testing here is your headline. That's going to make the biggest difference. I tend to use the same description for videos. And when it comes to how many videos to use, 2 to 3 is plenty. You don't need more than 2 to 3 videos to test out. And YouTube is going to try and optimize it for you, or Google Ads is going to optimize it for you. You can't force it to do a 1-to-1 split test. And if that didn't make any sense, that's okay. Google's just doing its thing, controlling which ad shows. We can't tell it to split traffic. So that does it for our ad. Now, in terms of what video should we actually put here, you should take a content video that's working really well on your channel and then re-upload it unlisted. So I get a lot of questions about this. Now, first off, YouTube has come out and said that ads do not affect the organic performance of your video. However, I have found that not to exactly be the case for whatever reason. Now, of course, you're more than welcome to test this yourself, but as you can see with some of these charts, that our organic average watch time is so much better than our video ads. And I find that sometimes when we run ads, the video stops getting organic reach altogether, and it just we haven't really been able to figure out the magic formula here. So what you want to do is take your video that's working really well, do a simple edit, and then re-upload it as unlisted and promote that version. Because at the end of the day, what's most important is you're getting your content out there and you're promoting it, not necessarily trying to rank a video that's already doing well organically and help it rank better. Do subscribe to the channel, because once we crack that code, we will tell you. But if it only works 50% of the time, I'm not going to tell you to run ads to a video that's already doing well if there's a 50% chance it stops doing well. So hopefully that made sense. Comment below if you had any questions. Let's go ahead and save our ad here. So of course you do this 1 to 2 more times, so you have a couple ads. And then all you need to do to move this ad to your other ad group is select it. Then we can come over here to edit, and we're going to copy, and then we'll come back up to our campaign here, ad groups. So we're back at our ad group level. And then I'll click on the other ad group that we have, or we were at our campaign level. I'll click on our other ad group. We don't have an ad here. And you'll see this paste icon has shown up. So we'll go ahead and click on paste. We'll click on done, paste. And just like that, we've pasted one ad from one ad group to the other. So if we click up here, F89 demo, and we look at all our ads, you can see we have one ad for our first ad group and one ad for our second ad group. And with that, we're ready to go and see which video and which audience worked best. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you got some value out of this video. Most importantly, you're a little more confident, if not a lot, when it comes to setting up your YouTube ads campaigns to, of course, grow your channel and your email list. Make sure you check out that link in the cards in the description to our super deep dive YouTube ads guide that goes through lots of other targeting options and other campaign styles, like actually generating leads or driving directly to a sales page. And that YouTube ads playbook is linked up in the description with all of our research methodology, as well as tips to help you with your campaign settings so that you don't accidentally waste money where you shouldn't have. So hit that like button, subscribe for more guides just like this one, and until the next, keep building the business you love.